Ryan from Peaky Hat returns to the Roundtable. This time he brings his sidekick, Ryan 2.0. Two Ryans, one shared vision. Together they bring caps that earn respect. Gentlemen, adjust your brims. The table just got a little sharper. By order of Peaky Hat. This is the Gentleman's Roundtable.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Gentleman's Roundtable.
What's
And of
going
course,
on?
myself, Reviews a Moose. You're on mute, Ant. You're on mute, bud.
I'm
There you
on.
go.
What's
There
up,
you go.
man? I'm sorry about that.
I'm Chad, First 508 Airborne on YouTube.
And I'm Brandon at Dub's Hat Hub.
All right, and then we're introducing Ryan and Ryan 2.0 from Peaky Hat. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Ryan Hurtado. With
Ryan, Yoda Peaky.
All right, so the last time Ryan was on, he had a few drops for us. He had the Rogue, the Renegade. He also hinted to the Harry Hall collab, which was the one. And so, Ryan, what do we got going on today, bud?
What don't we have going on? No, I say, I think we eased into this last time. So we had a cap that's been available. We were ready to release it actually last week, but somehow, for some reason, we got the invite to come back. And we're grateful to be here again. The first time was an absolute blast. So for us to be able to come back again, just thank you. It means a lot to us. We're excited to be here. We love what you guys have done. We love what you put together, and
Right.
just to be a part of it means a lot to us. And last time we released that hat, but we've had this cap that's been ready for a while. And once we got the invite to come back, we decided we were going to change our entire release schedule. Like, let's do it again. And so we
Nice.
held off on
Nice.
this one.
Yes, nice.
We have a cap that's coming out this Friday. I'm really high on this one. I feel like it's a simple cap, but it's one that I think over the last 3 years kind of refined things. We've learned, we've listened, and I think we hit one, the proverbial hit it out of the park with this one. And it's coming out in 12 different colors. It's summer, it's lightweight, it's made out of that linen mesh that we've made popular over the last 3 years. And on Friday, we're releasing the Dudley Solo in 12 different colors. And instead of waiting until Friday, we thought, what the hell? Let's release it to this audience tonight. So anybody that's interested, complete 100% early access to all of the Dudley Solos. They're yours now. And we intentionally did it during our spring sale. Like, there's a reason we held off in the spring sale. We knew people were going to want multiple colors of these, and we wanted to make that easier and more attainable for people. So right now there's a buy two, get the third one free. And
I already have several in my cart.
yeah, this release counts. This release is part of it too. So no exclusions on the buy two, get one free. The Dudley Solo is part of it. So we're
Nice.
Nice.
have a smorgasbord of Dudley Solos behind me that we can show off when the time is right. Triple it throughout the show, but comes in 12 colors. You want me to run through them real quick?
Yeah, sure. I got it myself. I know.
I absolutely love the one you sent us. This was a great
Yeah,
cap.
we all actually have them on our heads right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Very awesome cap.
I'll just run through the colors real fast so everybody's kind of got a peek, and then we can dive in. It comes in this kind of like this chocolate brown.
Sienna Brown, I think that's what I'm repping.
Yes. And then a black,
this.
a gray,
Nice.
a white. And
I'm interested in that one.
This thing is white.
Yeah.
And then the Sienna Brown
Oh, that one wasn't the Sienna Brown.
kind of has a brick tone to it.
Cool.
And then
Oh, you're
this,
right, Dubs.
olive green, kind of like a military green. Oh, it just keeps going. There's more.
That's the best part about Peaky Hat, the color variations.
Well, I love the cap. It's one of my favorites from you, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's really a nice cap.
That's a nice
Royal
one.
blue, which kind of has a teal tint to it in the certain lighting.
That's cool.
Orange took a nosedive. Seafoam green, popular request.
Real nice.
In that same palette,
This one's my favorite.
light blue,
I like that too.
and an engine red.
Nice.
Cool.
It does come in one other color. We don't have photos of it, but it is available. We just haven't gotten the photography done for shipping reasons. But it'll be this camel color that the Darlington comes in as well.
Cool.
All of those colors are available day one.
I need every one of them shipped to my house tonight. So
It's such a light cap. I was saying before the show, I could actually wear a black hat in the summertime now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
very,
That's a
very
great cap.
lightweight.
And
Yeah.
Ant hold it up again. I think what's neat about it, those of you that are familiar with the mesh, you can see right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
incredibly lightweight. And so what I think is important to call
Flashlight
out,
through it.
so in the
Yep.
past, those of you that have had the Dudley, like the Dudley has been one of the most popular caps that we've had of all time, the Dudley and the Darlington. You know, we started using this mesh 3-4 years ago. And it became popular. And at first people were like, I don't understand. It's not fabric, but it's not like it's what is it? And it's this linen poly blend. And so we made this mesh popular. And I mean, other hatters are even, taking notice and creating some with it. But one of the things that we did, we went to a softer version of it. So if you have the Dudley, like there's some firmness to it and it kind of holds its shape. Some people really like that. But if we think of the DNA of who Peaky is, we love and embrace drape, right?
That's what I like about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about,
Yeah.
we didn't want like the skinny jeans look. We wanted a little bit of that bulb to it. We want to honor, old school tradition and legacy of the style. And so we went and worked with the supplier that provides this mesh to us. And they were able to come forward with a softer version of that mesh. It's just a slightly different weave. And so it's incredibly soft, which just makes it an awesomely versatile cap for the summer. Here's one change that we made. And so in the Dudley, much like the Darlington, there's no actual liner. The Darlington, as you wear it, sits away from your scalp, right? And we wanted to make sure that it was super breathable. The Dudley Solo, naturally, because of the shape, it's going to fit closer to your scalp. If you don't have a liner in this cap, your natural oils seep into the crown of the cap itself, and the sweat does too. So we went with this specific mesh because it actually helps with odor resistance as much as anything else. It will naturally absorb your oil, the natural oils, as well as the sweat to extend the crown's lifetime and no longer show those sweat stains or the natural oils that come from you, whether you've got a lot of hair or no hair. It was really important to us that we added that liner for a very targeted, specific reason. And so we added the liner in there. Honestly, it just helps with the overall comfort. And it's another layer that enhances the breathability, so it doesn't get in the way of the breathability, but it's also going to protect you from the sun more than the previous cap. But yeah,
Nice.
we're excited. I mean, enough said, right? Like, there's only so much we can say about it. We have no doubt.
Yeah, I'm not blowing smoke. I really like this cap a lot.
I really do
love the
too.
fit of it. It's very comfortable and cool.
I love
It's going to be a great cap for the summer.
I love the cut of it as well.
Yeah.
I do like this one more than the original. I like them both, but this is more my jam.
Yeah,
here.
for
What I
me,
like
they're
about it is
just
it's
two
so
different
trim,
styles,
like the Galloway.
Yeah.
The fit is very similar.
I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I didn't love the Dudley. I liked the Dudley a lot, but I like it. It was high on my priority list to redesign the Dudley. And once we were able to really hone in where the single panel ivy was going to be in terms of our actual patterns and the measurements and the way we were grading out the sizes, I knew the first thing I was going to do was the Dudley Solo. And we weren't coming with 3 colors. We were coming with all 12.
Nice.
No, there's questions already in the chat there, guys. Is this already live on the website?
It is, yeah. Did we share?
Nope, I'll get the link.
It is. But you can only find it if you get the link that we share with you.
All right.
So this is
Okay.
private access. First look is just to your audience.
Cool.
Sweet.
Nice.
And then it will go live to the general public on Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Fantastic.
And what is also going to go live Friday, those of you that do have the Darliston, we're expanding the colors of the Darliston. And so we could talk about these a little bit later, but the Darliston's getting a brown, the royal blue, and a red.
Nice. I got the white one. I love it.
Cool.
And I'll be wearing that soon. You know, summertime.
I wear the white one to the pool.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Dude, like all the time. Like it's like my go-to. I grab it. It's actually like sitting on the pool bag that we have when we run to the pool. Grab a rack of
Here's a good comment. And this is why I can't save money. Damn it.
Oh, Chris, no, we are saving you
Me
money.
too.
The third one's free. We are literally
Yeah, the
saving
third one.
money.
That's great because with the color options
Yeah.
and the third one being free, you can get the third color. You know,
Real.
Honestly, it was intentional. Like we wanted to hold off our spring sale. Typically, we have the spring sale in April, but we wanted to hold off and do the sale when we launched the Dudley Solo, just because we knew that people are going to be interested in multiple colors, and we wanted to make that more attainable by more people.
I put that link in the private chat. Are you guys able to drop it in the comments?
Yep, sure can.
Thank
All
you.
Copy link. And here is the link. I'm dropping
All
the
right.
link in the comment now.
So there you go, guys. Appreciate you having us. It's been a lot of fun.
And we're out.
Yeah.
The link is now in the chat. I seen Joey was asking about that. Yeah, the link is there now. And I'm going to go ahead and favorite one of them so it stays on the page. Let's do this one here. All right, so that should stay on the page here now. All right, so now I did want to, because people were asking about some of the comparisons. Now the original
Yeah.
Dudley, if you have the salt box, the Boston Sally Ball Scout, or salt box, and the original Dudley is a little bit lighter than the salt box. Okay, so I'm giving you an idea. This one here is a ton. It's totally different fabric, and
Yeah.
it is. If I did a review on this before the show, and I compared it to the original Dudleys, this is by far a superior product than either the original Dudley and really than the salt box. So
Yeah.
hopefully you didn't buy any of those salt boxes that were released last Friday, because
I was just saying, I was
I did
glad I
not.
did after
I
getting
did
this
not.
one today. I was like, God, I'm glad because I almost did grab one of those solid color ones.
Yeah.
Moose. Now they're gonna make a diss track about you.
yeah, oh, yeah.
They got me. They got me last week.
I'm afraid to publish the one that we made.
It's
Oh, no.
it should be in the chat, Rick. It should be in the chat here now, sir. I'll
Yeah.
it's definitely in the chat in the Facebooks and on the YouTube.
But yeah, the first thing I said was it's very lightweight, very breathable, way lighter than the salt box. So Moose is spot on with that.
Here, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the ticker too, so you guys can see what it is on the ticker. Because
I think what's neat about this cap, we talk about because this material, I didn't invent the material, I didn't make it, but sure as hell going to take advantage of what the natural properties are. And this one, it hides sweat really well. I went and coached soccer tonight, and I'll admit it, I was playing as much as my 40-year-old tired ass can play. I'm just glad that we're sitting down for this. And I was sweating. I have not cleaned or done anything with this cap. I wore this cap while I was playing, while we were doing it, and I sweat in it. I have not cleaned it. I haven't done anything. And there is no sign of sweat stains or any kind of residue that came from sweating in it. Is it going to get dirty? Is it going to show sweat stains if you sweat a ton in it? Yeah, probably. But honestly, you clean this with water. That's one of the best parts about this material. It's so easy.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like it'd be
Okay.
easy to just rinse out and dry real
just
quick.
Yeah.
Cold
that-
water.
Wipe down and rinse. Yeah.
Did you
Absolutely.
golf with it yet, Ryan? Have you taken it to the golf course yet?
Yeah. Wore it Wore it last, yeah. So I run a golf league and wore it last night. Same thing.
And how does this material steam up? Does it steam up well? Because I just got mine out of the box. It literally got here right before the show. So
This
Hey, Ant, I
cap-
took mine. It had some wrinkles. I sprayed it with a little wrinkle spray. I took a hair dryer just real quick, popped it on. It got rid of all of them.
It's
Cool.
and we've said this about the Darlaston and even the Dudley. It's probably the material that steams the easiest. Like it just doesn't take a whole lot.
Yeah, I can see
The
that.
only thing that I would be hesitant to do, some people steam it with an iron. I get it. Like you take the iron and you just hold it close. I try not to press it because it's linen and a linen poly blend, and you don't want to melt any of those fibers. And with linen, if you get it too hot, it doesn't react well. Steam is perfect. Like it's so easy to do.
The wrinkle spray and a hair dryer worked awesome on it too. I mean, it took everything out.
And frankly, it holds well.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So now we're going to start going roundtable there. Go ahead, Ant. What do we got first there, sir?
Yeah, so I just wanted to, thank you guys for coming on the show. Welcome, Ryan 2.0, 2.0. I heard it's either one is okay to say. I just want to give you compliments, Ryan 2.0, for the customer service aspect of all this, because you'll pop on one of my Instagram posts that I tag Peaky Hat in and comment, and that's like very engaging. And I've been in customer service 24 years, and I got to say yours is definitely stellar. The email responses, everything like that. So half the time in the beginning, I thought I was talking to Ryan 1.0. I didn't figure it out until halfway through,
Yeah.
So I definitely want to give you compliments on that. But my question for you is going to be, did you first only start wearing these caps when you got on board with Peaky Hat, or was this something that you ever wore before that, or ever thought about wearing before that?
Yeah, that's a great question. No, before I started working with Peaky Hat, I didn't. I mean, I was familiar. I would see them in shows, and but really have diversified my knowledge and understanding of the hats now that I've been with Peaky Hat, and find some appreciation. And now it's like, when you buy a car and they say you see it everywhere. That's what I feel like. Now I see newsboy caps and everything all the time. And so I always go up to people. I'm like, hey, if I can't tell where it's from, I'm just curious. So it's really cool just that how my knowledge has grown in the community that there is out there that really does bleed newsboy caps and single panels and just learning. Yeah, when I came in, I had no knowledge. So I was learning, and I've learned a lot.
Yeah, and I think that girls look really good in them, and they don't really realize it. It's the long hair; it makes it look really good.
Yeah.
My daughter will throw on a cap, and it looks really good. I'm like, "You look great. You're rocking that cap."
Yeah,
I think especially with some of the newsboys.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a reason to. You just have to find your style. Once you find one that you're like, "Ooh, I really like the look and the feel of that," then I think you're more comfortable. But I agree with you. I think women tend to sway away. And there's not, now that I've been around it, there's no reason to sway away. So it's just finding the one that you feel confident and comfortable in. Because if you don't feel confident, you're going to sway away, I think.
Right. And there's been a lot of women that have come into this community, even recently. So I think it is growing in that respect.
But then these caps have been pretty popular with women.
Yeah. Then my question, go ahead.
Once you grab one, you just want more and more and more, and you want to keep.
They're addicting.
You think?
For sure.
Like a cookie. You can't stop at one.
It's like I have so many. I'm like, when am I going to wear this one that I love? I'll love one, and I won't wear it for weeks.
Gotta get that hit, man.
But then I have a question for 1.0. I guess we call you 1.0 then. First, I guess a two-part question. First, you showed your shirt. I think that was before we came on. That was a very cool shirt. It's coming out soon. Talk a little bit about that. And also, do you ever envision any sort of big collab in the future? I know you did the PGA thing, but maybe like how Funky Brims is doing with Hales, any sort of collab like that ever in the future?
Yeah, to start, we've got new apparel that's coming out later this week, probably tomorrow. You'll see it on the website. We were just kind of messing around with the design, and I Live for Drops was one of them. And then we got a bunch of other just colors and logos and stuff. So apparel's coming. As far as collabs, yes and no. So there isn't anything that we have that is on the near-term radar, but doing other partnerships is absolutely something that's part of our future. And there's some things that we would like to do. When we talk about the relationship with Harry Hall, that's a big one, right? Like it's in its infancy, and what we're going to do with that and where it's going to take us and what it's going to show in 2027 is really exciting. And we have just touched the surface on that relationship and that partnership. That is a slow burn partnership. And it's an awesome one. And so we don't see that as a collab as much as we do an actual partnership with him. And we are going to be having an entire line of caps under his name. I mean, there's a lot that we're doing that you're going to see over the course of not just the next 3 months, but also into 2027 and even beyond. With that being said, there are some collaborations and some things that we want to do. We are going at it very intentionally and very carefully, and we're going to pick and choose some of the areas that we go into. We are always open. If anybody out there has like some desires and want to do some smaller collabs, we're all for it. We've talked to a couple other hatters in the past about doing some collabs that we have absolutely on the radar. So the short answer is yes, but you're going to see it kind of very calculated in terms of how we do those and what it looks like over the next year and a half.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's it's. I love those things. Just all of a sudden you see these collaborations that happen, and
Yeah.
like you said, the Harry Hall one. I mean, that's awesome. It's more
Yeah,
partners. Yeah.
I love them. I think there's a huge opportunity. My hesitation is always I want to do right by them.
Yeah.
So as we do a collab, I want to make sure that we can serve them and their brand and their values and what they're trying to accomplish. And some of it's the imposter syndrome, right? Like, I want to make sure that we're equipped and that we can step up to the plate when we do that kind of collab so that we do right by them.
Yeah. All right, Chad, you're up.
Well, for Ryan 2.0, what's your favorite part of your job?
Ooh, that's a really good one. So things are changing very much so in-house right now, and there's some adaptation going on, which I'm just having to get used to, but I'm going to give you a prior and today, like what currently. So past tense is just the passion. Like I think that overall I'm a super passionate person too. And so I don't thrive in areas when I'm not working with people that aren't passionate as well. I'm not the type of person to turn my computer off and walk away. If I was, I probably wouldn't be here, right? So working alongside of Ryan has given me my passion to be able to feel more in a work setting. I always had that when I was younger as an athlete, and I craved that in work. And so I was able to find that here. And just truthfully, that passion that we have, seeing customers appreciate it, makes what we do so much. Ultimately, it's still work, right? But it doesn't feel like work because everybody's so excited and so appreciative. So just being able to see that the passion that we have for this is actually being taken from our customers, and everybody's equally as passionate. So that's definitely, it's very fulfilling. And
Oh, it's nice when you enjoy your job.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's been a wild journey. It's sometimes tiring, but it's the minute that you go back and read a comment or a review and you're just like, it fills your cup right back up. So that's been really exciting. But now I'm super excited to be having I've noticed I've also been craving a little bit of the team aspect. I've always played sports with team, and now we have a team. So I don't think I know everything. Like and Ryan and I bouncing off of each other is having more people to bounce ideas off of and excel is just, I think, going to be able to make this more exciting and better, ultimately maybe better for our customers. That's what I look at every day when I'm working. Like, how can I be better for the people that we're doing this for and the reason that we're doing it? So I'm excited to have that team of people to be able to grow myself and get better for specifically our customers, and hope that everybody still finds the joy and passion for what we're doing, just like we do.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
As long as Ryan will have them.
Well, I hope so. I told her if she ever goes anywhere, I better be the second to know.
Yeah, I really truthfully do enjoy what we do.
That's great.
It's up a lot, and also just allowed me to, like, I don't feel like I'm clocking in and out to work at all. I'm doing what I enjoy. So when I do sit down to do it, I'm not like, oh, this is miserable. I get to do something that I really love. And so then it makes it harder to want to walk. I mean, you do need to walk away at times, but it makes it harder to want to walk away. You like to keep your hands on what's going on just because it's exciting and it keeps the momentum going. So,
Yeah.
You know, I've done probably a couple dozen review videos on your guys' hats, including shorts and long form videos and stuff. And one of the reasons why I enjoy promoting your product and Strakowski also is because you guys really put out a quality product, and the passion that you guys have for it, I think, shows in what you guys are putting out. I love your solo caps.
yeah, that's all Ryan. But I agree with you because I think that's what makes it easy.
I just mean the business just in general. It's a great company. It's
Yeah. It makes it easy to follow though when Ryan's so passionate about, like, if we didn't have a good product, it wouldn't reciprocate, right? So
Yeah.
the fact that it's led from top down makes it easy for us to follow in the back end of, we really are. So
my question for Ryan is the same. What do you like best about your job? What do you enjoy best about this?
The people, the customers. I mean, I'm gonna, and this is gonna sound like kind of a trite comment, but to me, at first when I went down this path, it was really about this passion and this desire that I had just to have my own business and to have total control over something. Is really kind of why you start a business, right? You want to be your own boss, you want to do all that stuff. And it kind of started down the path of small business, but it quickly evolved into the artist. Like, I had this creative energy that I think had been growing inside for years and years and years. And I was able to finally have this canvas of something to be able to get out with some kind of artistic and creative element that was boiling and wanting to come out. And so for me, it's the joy and the satisfaction that comes with coming out with a hat that people respect, that people like, and that can bring joy to them. It's an incredibly rewarding journey. And if I were to design the best hat in the world and nobody was there for me to share it with, it kind of loses a little bit of its luster, right? Like, I recognize, like, art is art no matter how many people see it, but it's way more fun when a lot of people like to see your art.
It's more fun. You can share it with people.
It is. And I think that's genuinely my favorite part of this entire journey is the stories that we hear from our customers, because it is never about the hat. It is about the stories that the hats get to be a part of.
And when somebody gets it, when somebody gets what you're doing, and when a bunch of people get it, that's the best one.
They invite us, when they invite us in, is so humble. Like, we had a kid that we posted that Ryan posted on the social, who wore our hat to prom, and he slayed it. I mean, he invited us into, like, prom is a special night for our younger generations, and for him to have that be a part of his night was just incredible. And then I've got people that have weddings and they want to wear our hats. Like, there's a lot of incredible hatters out there. So when they choose Peaky Hat to be a part of that day, like, there are very few things that get to be a part and live forever in the photographs of a wedding. Like, that's just so cool. And then I would be remiss to not mention, I can't get into it deeply because there were thousands of things that came of this, but the recent cap that we released of the Bobby and the Bob Wayne in Parkinson's Gray, I mean, the outpour of support and stories and the things that other people are going through, and this hat in some way just brought them a little flicker of light in a very dark space. That's a shit right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's quite the honor to have people wear your caps on their wedding day, like you said, man. That's a forever moment right there.
Gives me chills just talking about it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't take any of that for granted. It's
Awesome.
It's cool. It's cool.
All right, Dub.
So yeah, this kind of plays into Ant's question, and again, thank you for coming on. What style do you think looks best on females? Like, if you could recommend a hat, like for women to start out with, what would you recommend?
This is a really good question. I love and always favor my Tommy's OG. I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, just because it's like the first one that I tried that was like I was excited about it. I'm not sure why, but I always tend to, like, if I'm going to an event, that's where I feel most comfortable in, so I'll wear that. Or if I'm in, like, a large setting, I love the Tommy's OG. I think I like the look, so I think it also depends, like, how you, I don't know, women look a little bit more detailed when we look in the mirror, I think, naturally.
Y'all look better than us wearing caps, so go on and say it.
Depends on how big their hair is.
I do. I think your hair plays a role. If you like it to be a little bit more full, if you'd like it to be a little thinner. And that's why I say testing them is such a key role in it, because I didn't really care for the original Dudley. I liked it, but I didn't love it on me. And then I put this Dudley Solo on today, and I was like, you know what? This might be one of my new favorites. So I was really excited when I put it on. So it just trying the different styles, but Tommy's OG is always one that I go back to. I love that cap so much.
Tommy OG. All right.
What I love about the solo caps is a lot of flat caps look good, best, 3/4 and from the side, but don't look very good from the front. And the solo cap with the drape, I think probably looks best from the front. It's just a great looking cap.
Very nice.
The drape looks really good on Chad. It definitely does. Like, that suits you.
He pulls it off.
There isn't a cap that doesn't look good on a woman.
Yeah,
you're right.
Agree.
Yeah.
Especially the old baseball.
Send the check in the mail.
Ponytail throw to the back. Oh.
I stand for the woman over here. I understand we have to feel comfortable, or we won't be wearing them. Yeah. So, in order to feel comfortable, one of my recommendations is just let yourself try them and figure out what style you like. Because once you find the style that you like and you put it on, you'll know, and you'll wear it and you'll like it, and you'll be looking for outfits that you can be wearing it with. So for me, that's my OG, but this is going to be a close second. I can already tell.
Yeah, this new cap is the bomb diggity. So yeah, it's pretty
I
awesome.
love it.
Yeah. I know I feel this way, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for these guys, but we love having the opinions of women on the show now. This has become, we've done this a few times, and I really appreciate, hearing from the other side. So really cool, really cool.
We're going to have to change the name of the show soon.
Yeah.
We've got a few Roundtable.
It's going to become Ryan's show here, real late.
My question for Ryan 1 is just a fun question here. We've talked about music and incorporating music into the cap world and all that. If Peaky Hat had a signature theme song, what would it be? I'm talking like vibe, style, that sort of thing. Where would you take it?
For Ryan, because he's very thoughtful with stuff like this.
Under the brim.
I love the brim. Like, no questions asked. Yeah. So I love that question, and music is. I love storytelling, and so music's always been a big passion of mine. I think it really comes back to if I go back to when things were kind of getting started. My daughter filmed just some footage out in the backyard, and we were kicking a football around with my kids, and I turned that into a short film reel for The Workman. Yeah, and there was a song by Larry Fleet called Working Man. And I don't know why, but that one always feels like that one's a little bit selfish. I'll completely own that, because it's just about this idea that like honestly, like the priority when it comes to me doing what I do with Peaky Hat, it is absolutely about the design and being able to put hats in the hands of customers, but it's in order for me to support my family.
Right.
Like priority number one and why we do what we do. Like I said, if somebody asked me this, Moose, it might have been you, or even on the last one. If somebody came to me and said, "Hey, we're going to buy a Peaky Hat and here's the amount of money," and it was enough money for me to spend the rest of my life with my kids and that's it, yeah, I'm taking it. like priority one for me is the family. And so what I do and what we do is so that I can support them. And one of the 3 pillars that Peaky Hat stands on is to build a brand that my family, my kids, our partners and all the people that work with us and our customers can be proud of. That's been a pillar since day one and still rings true. And so that song is really about doing the grind during the day so that you have something to come home to and continuing to do the grind when you get home. So that one's really hard for me to not call out in that question. I love that question. I want you to ask me that again. Down because
will do.
There are so many, like every hat and everything we do, there are so many that I think tell the right story because there's a lot of stories to be told.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. Thank you. That was a great answer, by the way.
I guess it's my turn now. First of all, I'm going to take a question from the audience. When is the Balboa coming back?
Oh,
This is a sore spot.
that question's always gonna haunt me. I don't have a date yet. We are still in the hunt for a mill that can weave that fabric for us so that we can bring it back.
All right. So now
very
it's my
few
question.
days that pass that it doesn't come across my mind, and I want that fabric. We just can't get our hands on the fabric.
All right. So this one's for Ryan 2.0. What's something stressful people never see behind the scenes?
Ooh. Ryan's gonna laugh about this, but just in general, like making sure that everything's aligned for launch days. Like we work really hard to get things out as quickly as we can. And at times, transparently, we were juggling probably way more than we could handle. So just like I always get really stressed when like we're trying to hit a launch and then it's got to push back. And not that I feel like we're disappointing people that don't even know that the date's going to come. So we can't be disappointing anybody, but I feel like that letdown and that stress of like, oh my gosh, I just wanted it to hit. I wanted it to go. But those are things that are getting better as we grow and as things are evolving and as we have more great hands to help us. So, but that for whatever reason has been stressful for me. I don't know why.
All right. Now, Ryan 1.0. This is actually from one of our followers. He put a comment in our post. His name is Jimmy Guerrero. And here's the question.
What's up, Jimmy?
How does Ryan feel about how the community has really related and engaged in such a short amount of time? As Peaky Hat grows, what worries Ryan more, scaling too slowly or growing too fast that you risk of losing the personality of your company, of the company?
First and foremost, thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate you asking the question. Two good, really, really good questions. As far as how do I feel about the community being engaged, like, look, we recognize and feel the engagement from the community. But because we're on the inside, I don't think we completely are able to grasp the magnitude of which that community is and does, except for in very small bits and moments. There's moments like when we launched the Parkinson's gray caps for the Bobby and the Bob Wayne. That was when it was like, oh wow, like there's some incredible people out there that really support what we're doing. And the reality is it's overwhelming is the word I would use. I'm incredibly grateful for the amount of support and the passion and the forwardness that our community has shown. because without that and without customers, we don't get to do what we love. And I've said that before, and I'll say it over and over again, because without the customers, we don't get to do what we love. And it's a bit overwhelming at times because, and it comes back to that kind of that imposter syndrome. Yeah, we work for it. I don't know that we deserve it, right? Like, I feel like we have to continue to earn every single one of our customers' respect and passion and loyalty. And so we won't rest on our laurels for it, but grateful, overwhelmed, and truly a little bit surprised. Like, yeah, we've done it with intention, and that's what to do, but you can't really go in and expect that. You got to work for it and you got to earn it. And I think Ryan, I speak for all of us, not just myself and Ryan, but the entire team. We're really proud of that too, because I think that is a byproduct of doing things the right way and not something that we bought or kind of fished for or anything like that. It's a byproduct of doing things the right way. The second part of that question, what scales me more, or what am I afraid of more? I think I am afraid more of losing those bits and pieces of our DNA that are so important to us in terms of our values as we grow, because it is much, much more difficult to do when you are trying to build a culture from within. That's an easy thing for us to do when you've got myself and Ryan, when it was just the two of us. Like we were in lockstep everything that we did. And so it was easy for us to get those values and that culture outward. Well, now we're growing internally, and it's like that is something that I think about every day. I don't want to say that it scares me. It is a challenge that I openly accept and that I am excited for us to overcome, because I feel pretty confident that if we continue to do things the way we have been doing them, we will have no problem scaling with intent and doing it in a way that we do not lose our identity along the way.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was an educated question, an educated response.
Yeah, that was a great question, Jimmy, for real.
It was. Yeah, appreciate you, Jimmy.
Yeah. And I got some more questions, but I'm going to go ahead and ask anybody else have any before I ask any more. You got any other questions, bud?
Go ahead.
Chad?
I think you can go, Moose. Yeah.
All right.
I got one, because we've been talking about the Dudley. Where did the name come from?
It's a town. Yeah. No, love that question. So there's obviously there's roots to this, right? So I have my family lineage is, I mean, everybody's family lineage is kind of all over the place. I've got Irish in the history, I've got Scottish in the lineage, and in Welsh. And so diverse background, right? But obviously there's a grassroots part of this style that came from England and black coal country, right? I mean, and obviously the Peaky Blinders helped kind of elevate that story. The name Dudley, it's a town in black coal country. And the name Darlaston is also a town in black coal country. And they were a big part of the Industrial Revolution in those, where it was all about rolling up your sleeves, working class, grit. And so we felt like a handful of our caps, we wanted to try to kind of pick and choose different spots from that, just because we felt like it borne the characteristics. And then we've got a handful of caps like the Apple, which is very much about Brooklyn and New York. Like, the United States was built on people migrating to the United States. And so we were trying to connect a little bit of both worlds and kind of bringing that, because I think there's a lot of us that have some type of roots tied to England or Ireland, Scotland. And I mean, it's the United States of America. Very few of us are, have more than 4 or 5 generations that are strictly the U.S. We have lineage that spreads across the United States. And so it was just kind of a way to pay homage to the history of the cap as it relates to England. That's where the name Dudley is.
Nice. Thank you.
That's a good question, because I never knew that the Apple was about
I
Brooklyn.
didn't either.
Yeah, that whole style. Yeah, that whole
Apple, there you
style was that was all about this style. Like there was a period where in New York, I don't want to get too deep into it, but there was a period in New York, specifically Brooklyn, where the people in Brooklyn, the working class, like they built that city, and then the city turned on them, and so you had all of this working class that just basically got shit on by their own elected officials.
Yeah.
And so like there's all these legacy pictures of that period, and you see that style being worn as they're sitting on the steps, and it's kind of this rugged like feel of like all these people that built the things around you and then just completely getting ignored. And that's kind of where the Apple came from.
We might have touched on that on the first when you were here last time. I'm not sure after watching that.
Yeah, I just make up stories.
As long as you remember,
You're
remember,
very believable.
No, it's always great when a product has a story behind it and has a history behind why you named it, what you thought about, like what you referenced when you designed it and all that. That's awesome.
And most of mine do. It's
like
there's a story behind it that I think takes on feeling and meaning. And like my designs, not all of them. I mean, the Peaky claws, like that story.
I love that hat. I have that.
Yeah, it's an amazing hat, but the story ends pretty quickly. I didn't have a hat.
Right.
And make one.
I have the solo one.
Nice.
Say Nick Solo.
Hey, Ryan, of the different types of hats you sell style-wise, what's your favorite?
Me, Ryan, or her, Ryan?
You Ryan 1.0.
I get asked this question a lot, and it's like picking your favorite child. It changes for me. I don't have a favorite style because I think every style fits the situation that I'm in and what I do. I tend to gravitate towards the solo in the summer. And a lot of that's just because the clothes that I wear tend to be less bulky. In the winter, I tend to lean towards the newsboy. So I honestly don't favor one style over the other. It's more of pairing that style with what I'm doing in that moment. I went to a friend's house one night and I had on a hat early on in the day, and then I came home and then I went back later on and I had a different hat on, and one of the girls there goes, "Who wears two hats in the same day?" My buddy goes, "A guy that owns a hat company." That's
sometimes three.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Where's yours? I know that's a cop-out, Chad, but like honestly, I don't know that I have one. I'm really starting to be keen on the single panel ivy. I love it. My slim profile newsboys, I'm not in love with right now. I'm redesigning the shape and the patterns on that. And once we come on the outside of that, that's probably going to be another one of my favorite shapes. And the goal is to have three shapes as we move forward: the traditional, the slim, and the single panel ivy. And I want to get them to a point to where I absolutely love the patterns on all three. By patterns, I mean the cut and the fit and all that. And I feel really good about the traditional. I feel really good about the single. I
love the cut on the solos.
Yeah, and then the slim profile is going to be next.
I just picked up my first slim profile from you guys a couple days ago.
What'd you get?
Is it the Wythall or how you
pronounce
Withall?
that?
Withall, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Withall's I don't have it right in front of me. I love the patterns on that Withall. It's funny, like a lot of people love it, and I take it for what it's worth. I didn't design it. Okay. I was like early on, I was talking to we have like where we do our production, and there was somebody that we partnered with on some production. We were trying to test some things out, and they had it, and they shared it with me as a sample. And I was like, I really like this hat. Can I basically steal the pattern and everything from you? They're like, yeah, this is totally you. And so they let me adopt
it's sharp,
and just kind of
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so the question I actually have two questions. This is either going to be for either one of you. What's been the coolest interaction you've had with a customer or a supporter?
Floor is yours. Floor is yours, RC.
I'm trying to think of a very specific time. Oh, Honestly, this does seem like a cop-out answer, but I will never, as long as Ryan will allow this, I don't ever feel like I will ever want to be fully removed from customer touch base just because of how much fuel that gives. Just in general, like hearing the heartwarming stories, they're sharing things with us that they don't have to be sharing with us. And I think a lot of that does go back to, we do spend the time, we obviously read it and we're genuinely responding because we're happy to be like, they're our friends at this point. So I just love the fact that over time,
awesome.
there's people that you know that you like. I'm excited to reach out to them. I'm excited to talk to them, and being able to have that relationship where you can actually call out customers and you like Ryan and I are locking steps. Sometimes we're talking about a customer that some places would never even know that that's a customer, and we know exactly who we're talking about. We know the exact story, and so just that moment is happening with most of our customers that are in, like, some of them don't obviously want to interact with us, but the ones that do, or just the other day in our Peaky Nation Facebook group, which is a thing that we've talked about for a long time. It's finally going, which we're super excited about, and really grateful for everything that Paul's done to help us with that as well. But somebody mentioned, hey, button fell off, right? And I got in there and I was reading through the comments and everyone's like, just send them a message. They'll send you a new one. And just to see that our community knows that that's who we are and what we do means a lot, because that means that we're not just reciprocating that to one person. That is who genuinely who we are, and it's reciprocated to everybody. So the fact that what we're doing and how we're interacting with people is transferring through all of the communication, even through our customers, is just, it's a heartwarming thing to see. So not one specific instance, but all of the instances that have led us to where we are today, and the respect that we have from everyone. And just to hear, like, your customer support is excellent. We love dealing with your customer support. To hear that from people is a developed thing that we've done over years. It's not just, it didn't just start all of a sudden from one instance. So every instance that's led us to where we are today has really fueled my cup.
Man,
Yeah,
this
big
is-
up to Paul. Paul Stout's doing a great job with that group. That group was definitely needed. I was glad when I saw that pop up.
Yeah. Can I cheat and give you two?
Sure.
I'm a golf enthusiast. I enjoy golf. Seeing my hat worn at the Masters was next level.
Nice.
I mean, next level. That is a moment that I will, and thank you, Harry. I'm sure you're watching. Not practicing for the PGA Championship that starts on Thursday. He was supposed to call me tonight, actually, now that I think about it. To see my hat being worn at Augusta in between the ropes was just surreal, is the best way I can put it. But I think one of the coolest moments to date, in addition to that, we had a private watch party for Peaky Blinders Immortal Man in my hometown of Delaware. And before the party, or before the showing, we had a pop-up shop and we had a reception, and it was at a local bar called Opa. Shout out to them. If you're in Delaware, please stop in and see them. Amazing people, incredible bourbon selection, awesome stuff. And then we had the movie, and then after the movie, we went to a local speakeasy called Bandits. If you're in Delaware, stop in at Bandits, it's an underground speakeasy style bar. Is really cool. Somebody, I don't know if I don't actually, in Kenny, if you're on here, I'm actually drinking this because I didn't know how to thank him appropriately. He got me this bottle of Bushmills as a thank you. Kenny drove 3.5 hours just to come to that event. There were multiple people that drove multiple hours to come to that event. And the passion that people had for the passion that we have about the brand, and just the sheer energy that came from all the people, to see all those people in one spot supporting the brand and wearing the hat and not a single person in that room was a stranger to another person. Like, it was just incredible. We had, I think, over 150 people showed up at it. Salt went to the movie. only half went to the movie because they all had such a good time at the pre, and then they went and found another watering hole, and then we went to Bandits after line, and people were kind of being turned away because there were so many people that were there. It was incredible. So between Harry Hall wearing the cap at the Masters and that event and the people that were there to participate as part of the Peaky Nation. In the next one,
seeing it on
it's a cool one. Like they just keep happening. It's awesome.
Seeing it on Gutfeld must have been pretty cool with Tyrus was wearing it.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I only got to see screenshots. Like I want to throw that out there. Obviously, would be a good one. I don't know that I can own it because I didn't see it. You know what I mean?
I was joking with Dan. I told him we need to get Tyrus on the show, man. That's
we need to get Tyrus on the show.
I kind of
he can wear your cap.
I kind of equate the Peaky Hat community kind of like with the Jeep community. You know, if you drive around in a Jeep, you see another Jeep, you get like the two figures. It's kind of the same when you see somebody else when you're out wearing a Scally cap or a flat cap or that,
Chad, I thought you were gonna bring up those damn ducks that you see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't start giving them rubber duckies, bro.
I had one of those put on my car a while back.
I find that shit on my door handle. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, those Jeep ducks. I got one of those before.
Ryan needs to make an accessory of a Scally Cap for the ducks. So there you go.
A Scally Cap ducky.
Yeah.
All right. So my next question. Good.
My son pointed this out to me. Evidently, like I was doing a lot of videos and I was always ending them like this. Right. And like it was one of those things that I just kind of did, and it kind of became. And so every now and then my son will be like, and then the other day I was in town and I ran into somebody. Like you talk about the Jeep Wave, and somebody across the street was like, I'm pretty sure he was making fun of me, but still, that was
it is a funny thing when you see a Scally Cap in the wild. It's like because it is still a smaller community, even though it's growing.
After that event. I mean, there's like it was a big event. We took over like the entire hometown, and so now when we're out and about, there's often somebody will come up and they'll be wearing one, or it's cool. It's surreal.
I will always want to stop and say, what brand is that on your head? I feel like they're gonna think I'm crazy trying to take the hat off the head and see what the hell they're wearing.
I carry something that we call it the black card. So if anybody's here, if you ever see me, ask me about the black card. And it's an NFC card that I can tap your phone, and it immediately gives you 50% off anything you want in the store.
Oh, nice!
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
That's me too.
Yeah.
I have them too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, RC's got one.
How does it work?
If you ever see me out in the wild, come up and say, "Hey, you got the black card?"
All right. So there was a comment on here about customer service and BSC, and we had an episode on that was called "The Good, the Bad, the Ugly of Boston Scally," and Ant just so happened to ruffle some feathers over there, and they made a response video to Ant. So not even a day later, I'm scrolling across and I see Ryan on there about possibility of Boston Scally possibly stealing some ideas from you. So let's go ahead and hear that, Ryan. What do we got there?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Yeah, Ryan. How does it make you feel?
There's a mix of both feelings on my side. It's an honor and frustrating all at the same time. But for the growing that we're doing, it's exciting to know that I think a lot of what we're doing is being seen by not just by a huge community that we're in. So it's both frustrating and an honor at the same time. So but I'll let Ryan amplify the frustrations for us.
Yeah, I mean, look, like there's nothing we can do. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, they're backed by private equity. They got more money. They can step on us and squish us if they really wanted to. They've got the full right to do what they want. They invented the space. I mean, just ask them, right? So nobody does Boston Scally better than Boston Scally. the reality is, like, we're aware of it. Like, we're not blind to any of this stuff. Like, we completely get it. We know it's coincidence. We know it's not coincidence. And doesn't matter what is said or what's done about it. At the end of the day, one of the things that I think I am most proud about is that we have had a vision from day one, and we have not strayed away from that vision. We're not going to change anything we do. We're going to continue to be who we are and what we're about. And I think the results are going to show as long as we continue to do that. We're going to continue to choose the harder right over the easier wrong every single step of the way. So it's, it's when you have a company or a business of that size, and you have a previous owner that worked his tail off to introduce himself and his style to the market. I have nothing but mad respect for what they've been able to build. And now they're in the game for profit. Like, I get it. I mean, that's what private equity does. That's their goal. They're here to, how can we maximize dollars and how can we increase the value of the business? And eventually they're probably gonna exit. That's what private equities, that's why they exist and what they do. And if they're at a point that they feel the best move is to do something similar to us and it's intentional, I mean,
Ryan, I got to say something. If you start making trucker hats, I'm out, dude. So,
well, better not show you this one. I don't know. It happens. Like, do I like it? No. Does their unoriginality burn me a little bit? Yeah, but at the same time, maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe it has nothing to do with the fact that we made this mesh popular. And
yeah,
I don't believe it, but sure. It's a thing. We're not going to ignore it. We're going to continue to do what we do, though. We're going to do the things that we do the way we do them.
Yeah, I think you just said it best, Ryan. We're staying our course. We're going in the direction that we've always been going. And
I'm a firm believer, like, the more players in the game, the bigger the game, the winners are the customers. And like, if the customers are winning, then we're doing it right. It's when the customers aren't winning that you're doing it right. Like, that's, yeah. I left the world I was in to get into small business because I didn't like what retail was doing. Like, I didn't like the idea of shirts being made for $9 but sold for $120 just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? Like, yeah. I'm a firm believer, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I think a lot of retailers were heading in this path of they have to answer and they have to adhere to, whether if they're public or if they're owned by private equity or they're board members, they're answering to the wrong people. Your goals should be driven by your customers and what your customers want. And a lot of retailers, they're answering to the wrong people. And it drove me nuts for the better part of 2 decades when I was in that world. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to come in, I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm probably going to fall on my face and find out that you have to answer to the board members because the other way doesn't work. 3 years later, I found out, like, you know what? If you choose a harder right and you answer to the customers, it can work. Now, we may not be as big as a Boston Scully or Stetson. Like, the aspirations aren't there anyway. We just want to continue to generate it. And I think we talked about this last time. We want to continue to have enough success that we generate enough revenue to continue to offer caps that our customers want. As long as we can keep our doors open and continue to reinvest in what we do so that the customers are able to get a little bit of joy and enjoy the caps that we have and have that confidence and those stories can continue to be told, we're doing the right thing.
Good answer. Good answer. Love it.
Yeah.
I also want to say all those other things.
Well, if anyone's on the line about picking up the salt box versus this, go with this. I'm telling you, it's awesome.
100%.
Yeah, 100.
I got this review dropping tomorrow, and I go into depth about that. It's like like I don't want to keep on throwing Boston Scally in there, but they've
Yeah.
got to start feeling it. They've got to feel the pinch by now of other competitors. If not, they just don't care. You know, that's I'm starting to think of the latter of the two, but yeah, it's neither here nor there. But
I think their motivation's different today, and I mean that's okay. Good for them.
Yeah.
I got mine dropping tomorrow too. I wasn't able to compare it to the salt box because when I ordered the salt box in the past, they canceled my order due to a stocking issue. But boy, this is a better looking cap anyway. So I'm
that's
happy that I waited all this
great
time.
about not being as big as thing is we don't have stocking issues.
Yeah.
It's happened to me a couple of times where I placed an order with them, and then half a week later, I get an email saying, "Yeah, we don't have that one in stock now. Sorry." And if it's happened to me a couple of times, I'm sure it's happened to quite a few
Yeah,
people.
well, a lot of people
Either
are
that or I
sharing
just
that
have
now.
bad luck.
A lot of people are sharing that now. That never happened to me. I don't know what's going on.
And,
Yeah,
and
email's
those
funny,
were
too.
both
It says,
times when I
"Oops."
ordered on Friday when the cap became available. It wasn't like I waited, a while.
Yeah.
Inventory and stock is hard. It's a hard thing.
It is.
all right. So do you want to take 3 questions from the audience, or do you want to go into about a question that Cisco had about any possibility of an American cap, made in USA cap?
Let me answer that one quickly and then take 3 questions from the audience.
Okay.
Possibility is always there. It is really, 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 really difficult to do in today's current climate. So we have 3 things that are incredibly important to us from a value perspective. And one of those is we want to increase the quality without outpricing the hard working class and blue collar individual. And right now, of the volume of people and manufacturers locally that I have connected and talked to, many of them are very reluctant to take on a small business because of the headwinds that are currently in the environment of which we reside. Nothing would make me happier than to produce these hats in Delaware, Ohio. Like that would be the ultimate goal. It is really difficult to find the skilled tradespeople that are willing to roll up their sleeves and work and do what we would need to do that can do it at the level that we require. It is really difficult for us to find an existing manufacturer that is willing to take on a small business that doesn't have MOQs of upwards of 1,000 or 2,000 caps just because they have to have those types of volumes because they're working with bigger ones. I think the higher likelihood, I was really close to working with a company in Canada. But when things changed at the level from a tariff and the volatility and certain things happened, there was a reluctance for them to work with us then. And it's not because of just the caps. It's because their costs have gone up so much for labor, for insurance, for equipment, for cleaning, for needles, for thread. All of those costs have gone up so much that it makes it really difficult for U.S. manufacturers to take on small business. And so that's a really hard thing for me to do. Is there a possibility? Boy, I sure hope so. And if anybody can help me open that door and can lead me in without sacrificing those things that are really important to us and our core values, let me know. I get so many people that reach out and say, I'd be willing to pay more. I understand you would. 90% of the people right now can't afford more. And I do not want to contribute to inflation. I'm just small. Like, I'm not going to contribute to inflation, but I don't want to. So there are certain things I do. I also love my production team. They are incredible people. They do an incredible job. It would be really difficult for me to do anything to sway away from what we do there because there's so much trust, so much passion, and they love what they do for us.
Mm-hmm.
With us, not for us.
Great. That's a great answer. Again, for me throwing that curveball at you just now and you answering it like that, that was a great answer.
I am happy to hop on a phone call with anybody that has those questions. Like even people comment about it all the time. And my first response is, hey, can we chat? I would love to hear about your perspective. And what's really difficult is they're usually doing it from a phone that's made It does. Like I don't understand where. Like,
That-
where's the line? Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
That's your
yeah.
mic. That's your mic drop moment right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's so true. So
It's
true.
just tough. I open those conversations. All I can do is share my experience and what we feel. That's all I can share. And man, if somebody can help me produce in Delaware, Ohio, I'll give you free caps for life.
All right, so we're going to take 3 questions from the audience. So the first 3 questions that come in, that's what we're going to take.
While you're gathering those, I want to give a shout out. One, Ryan 2.0 deserves to be here, and she deserves to be there, and she deserves to be everywhere. She truly is a heartbeat behind Peaky. And in addition, I know Enox, you made a comment about our customer support. We've got Sarah and Paula who are instrumental to the responses and the customer support. They deserve a tremendous amount of credit because they have accepted and adopted the DNA of who we are, and they have quickly embraced the passion for the customers. I mean, we are lucky people. I'm a firm believer of get the right people on the bus, figure out where they sit later. Oh man, our bus is strong right now. We've got some incredible people behind us, and that starts with Ryan 2.0, what she has. We have grown. We've got incredible partners, TVG, and what they do for our email campaigns and our email stuff. We've got incredible partners at Resin who gets your shipments out, and they work their asses off to get you everything that they can as fast as they can. 99% of the time, the problems aren't ours, but we will own it. And Nate and his team do a fantastic job. And Bryce, shout out to him. And then we've got Nate Ridgway on our team, who is doing a lot, and we're expanding. We're going to be offering stuff in Amazon. We're going to be doing stuff in other channels, and Nate's a big part of that. He does a lot of data and analytics so that we understand what we're doing, so that we're making educated decisions to serve the customer the right way. Callie, who is helping us now with executing some of our campaigns and our branding and our vision with that. And then recently, probably one of the biggest wins that Peaky Hat has had throughout this entire journey. My wife, Megan, is now a part of the team Peaky. She's a huge get. She's helping with inventory management and some operational efficiencies on the back end. We have an incredible team. And Anox, when you say how our service is, we are service forward. Every single one of those people contribute to that, and they all deserve the accolades that come with it.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm going to pick 3 questions over here. These are going to be 2 many quick answers, it looks like. Any patchwork flat caps in the future?
Yeah.
Oh, there you goes the answer. That was a lot quicker than
2028. Yeah, like I get that question a lot. It is in the future. It's not in what I would say, like, you're not going to see it in the next 2 months, but it's absolutely on the radar. Like, there are other people that do patchwork, and I just think they do it better than what we could possibly do. But we'll absolutely have some patchwork. To me, if we become patchwork, we're definitely a follower, and we're going to stick, to what we do and what we do well. So when we do patchwork, we're going to do it in our own way. So yeah, it's on the radar. It's not coming in the next couple releases, but it's definitely going to be in the future.
There's so many different ways you can go with that too, with the patchwork.
There are, and like I said, there's others that do it really well, and they deserve their shine.
And let me go back to the next one here. Give me 1 second. Mr. Skinner wants to know about a green buffalo.
Yes. There's a green buffalo in the talk. I would say if you're looking for a green buffalo right now, Chris Lopp and Funky Brims has done something very similar. And so, in full transparency, I was going to put one out earlier, but once he did, we didn't want to do something that was so close to what he has done so well. But yeah, there are talks, and there is a possibility that a green buffalo or some version of it comes out in the future.
And the next question is, Is there any more hints about future releases you can give us an update on?
Yeah, sure. I have to be careful because we all know what happens when we give hints.
Oh, Ryan.
I think I saw this question from somebody as well. So we did talk a little bit about this at the beginning. The Darliston's coming out on Friday with new colorways. Those will be available when we do the drop. I live for the Dudley Solo. So those are coming. And then those of you that have or are familiar with the Air has a traditional newsboy companion coming called the Calder. Calder will be out. I don't know dates right now, but soon. Within the next month, I know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It is made out of hemp. So the Air, which is incredibly lightweight, is going to have a hemp traditional newsboy coming out with it. And then one that I think people, you know what? Because I'm terrible at secrets. Let me show you guys something.
Uh-oh.
Locked him away, right?
These have not been steamed. But those of you that are fans of the Revolution 2, we're going to come out with the Rev Solo.
Nice.
Cool.
So it's the same materials and the same color schemes as the Revolution 2. And it is made out of this linen cotton blend. It's super soft, super lightweight. Will come with
Is it lighter than the Dudley?
Nothing's lighter than the Dudley except for the Air. Yeah, I would say there's the Dudley's like the Dudley in the Air 1A, and this is 1B. This is the Rev Solo. Hasn't been steamed. I literally just kind of pulled these out, but I'm pretty excited about these two.
And when do you think that will be released?
You'll see these all coming out.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I would say, Ryan, you hold me honest on the schedule. We've already got them slated. I hate to give hard dates because sometimes we do move things around, especially when the show is prestigious as a gentleman's roundtable invites us on. Towards the end of this month, early June. Yeah,
so that doesn't give enough time to put in production and create their own, then it doesn't. So there's no way.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
He's good. He's safe.
All right. And then I do got one more question in the audience. It's really not a question. They're wanting you to show the colors of the Dudley Solo again.
Yeah. You go ahead if you have other questions, and I'll flash them up as we go.
Well, Todd Soren wanted to know if there's any chance that you could release the Peaky Cause because he needs it for Christmas in July.
I don't know if we have any left, do we, Ryan? Maybe send us a message and we can explore if we maybe have one somewhere.
For Todd, sure.
No promises, but we can check.
The royal blue. Seafoam green.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
I got to get that one. I know
Yeah,
I
the
got to get
seafoam
that
green
green.
is nice.
Yeah.
I like fire engine red.
Ryan, somebody asked this earlier, and can you, when you're done, can you do this? Because I was curious too. Can you put the brown shades like up by one another so we can see differences?
And the orange took a nosedive off the back. I'll grab it though. The brown side by side. Sienna brown has more of a brick to it, and then the brown is brown. And again, I think the biggest message for folks, there's a lot of lighting in here, and because
I put mine in at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, because there's a linen to it, like it refracts light, and so like I could probably. Yeah, Wayne needs to tell me to turn.
It's a nice material. I really like it.
Yeah.
So this is the brown. The brown is truly a brown, and this is more of a brick. The skin of brown.
That's what me and Dubs both have on the brown.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I'm sitting here looking at all three of us, and it looks like three different hats the way we're wearing them in the lighting.
I did my Billmore, which gives you more of the drape, I think, when you do that.
I get a lot of people
that the color. The color.
Yeah, I've had people hit me up. They're like, "This is lighter than what your website depicts," and it's like, well, I try really hard. Like I've actually put a lot of time and energy into photography to make sure that it's depicted the most accurate way. it looks different in different lighting. If you're
Yeah.
outside, caps refract light and it shines. Like look at Anox, his has a shine to it, and look at like
Yeah.
Moose, yours not. Yours looks like it's 4 shades darker.
Right.
They are the exact same hat, the exact same color.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you think it looks light, get into darker lighting and it'll look a lot darker.
Yeah.
But with Dubs and Chad having the same hat, I mean, they look completely different colors.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
But they're the same. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard, right? Because like with technology and computer screens and monitors and color
Yeah.
settings, there's just so many variations that come to play.
Right. Right.
All right, so let's go round table again. Any last questions from any of us? Ant?
No, I just want to thank you guys for coming on again. It's been awesome. I had a blast.
Yeah, same with me. Great having you guys on. I always love looking at the new stuff you're bringing out. Quality stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod, real quick. The XL and Sienna was underproduced. We have more coming in the next couple weeks.
Perfect. All right.
He called out the XL Sienna Brown being sold out. We do have more coming.
Okay.
No questions on my end. Just I appreciate you both. Come back and chill with us again down the road.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe next time we can just have Ryan 2.0 so we can get some real beef between her and Ryan, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think you'll find any beef here. We all love here.
That's great.
Well, you know, again, thank you for everybody watching tonight. It was a great show. This is it's just a pleasure having Peaky Hat on here in general, and
Always.
just their interactions with customers, like I said, the top-notch customer service, and best in the business, in my opinion.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's an honor and a privilege. I mean, the fact that you invited us once was incredible. The fact that you invited us two, now it's your fault.
I just
Yeah, nobody else to blame.
I wear my Peaky Hat probably 90% of the time, and then
Yeah.
I go with another company for a color pop. So
He
I'm
does.
always
Yeah.
wearing. I'm always wearing the Peaky, man.
Remember
Yeah.
that question earlier? That is now the coolest interaction I've had.
There you go.
There you go. I was going to say
There
earlier,
you
what
go.
about any of us?
You really do. I get a lot of kick of watching you guys and everything that you guys are doing. So obviously, thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me. But just watching
know.
your guys' excitement and passion for it is, even if it's sometimes not a Peaky Hat, I'm still excited to be watching because I really do.
Yeah.
Why you guys are excited and passionate about it. So we
I was
are rooting for you guys.
I was
Thank
a
you.
little
Thank you.
nervous the way I portrayed you in the intro. I was hoping I got it right, but I went by.
That was the
Like-
best intro, bro. That was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was our best
I was a
intro
little
so
nervous
far.
about it. Yeah.
It was great.
Called me 7 times excited when she saw that.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I just
No,
like to
I
I'd
think
just
what
like to take a quick second to welcome all the new people who are watching today and to say thank you to all the regulars who follow
Yeah,
us every
thank
week. We appreciate you guys. And also
Thank you
thanks
very
you
much.
guys for coming on again.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
enjoyed the last show a lot and I really enjoyed this one too.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a
I
great
love what
show.
you guys are doing. You're talking. You're not talking hats, right? Like you're human beings talking about passion and confidence, and there's just a connection. Hats just happens to be the common ground in this.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing. If there's anything we can do to support what you do, our phone line's open every time.
Well, we
Thanks a lot,
appreciate
brother.
it. And
Ryan?
everybody watching, you got something else, Ryan?
Can we do one giveaway?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah, look,
That's
look,
great.
look, no one left the audience yet, so we still got everybody here. Yeah, let's go ahead.
How you want to do it?
Well, let's see here. Let me see if I got any trivia questions here.
Dude, with Jimmy Guerrero having that awesome question, man, I kind of feel like he needs one.
Well, let's
Find a way to get three $50 gift cards for 3 people.
oh, 3. Okay. Well, let me pull up some trivia questions here. Hit me 1 second here. Well, actually, we'll just go off. We'll just let you guys. I'll ask the questions. I don't know the answers. I think we might have done this previously. What
Sure.
was the first Peaky Hat ever released? Don't say the answer. We're going to get some answers to the questions here.
Can you refine that one? The first one that I designed.
Okay, the first one Ryan designed for that was part of the Peaky Hat, And let's see here. The Balboa.
Balboa. The Balboa.
Claude 1075. You are the first one to answer that.
Nice.
You beat out
Congrats.
Brandon Cochran by about 10 seconds.
I'm
Congrats.
writing down names, but sometimes it's hard for me to get to you guys. So please send us a message, either our support email or on Facebook, so then I can get a hold of you guys.
Did you hear that, Claude? Send him a message on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, not email him and send him a message that way. Let's see here. Why don't you guys think of the next trivia question then?
Moose is cooked.
Oh, the wiring's frying. Yeah.
What about how many colors is the Dudley Solo coming out in? Did anybody
Okay.
pay attention to
If
that?
they're paying attention, how many
Ooh,
colors? is
that's
the
a real
Dudley
good one.
Solo
I know that one.
Let's see here. How many colors is the Dudley Solo available in? Hello, people. Oh, it's starting to come through now. We got Steve Petty, one with the answer of being 12. So Steve Petty, go ahead and send them to the send those questions to or send that message to them either on Facebook or email.
Congrats, Steve.
Steve
Congrats.
Petty,
Yeah.
Steve Petty won. And it looks like he was on Ant's live stream.
All right, Steve.
All right.
One more, right?
You
Yeah,
got
one more. Ryan,
Where do
you
we
got a
ship?
question?
Yeah. Where's our warehouse? Where do we ship from?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay, so where does their warehouse ship from for the capsule when they get shipped
Where's our
out?
warehouse located?
Where is the warehouse located?
State or state and city, or at least city.
State and city. Absolute state and city.
State and city.
Yeah. If you
I
get
got-
the city, you're good because you know the state.
It says
Somebody
Dur-
did.
Durban, Ohio. Durban?
Nope.
Nope, not Durban.
There's one up above.
Yeah.
Rebel.
EMS Rebel.
Yeah.
That one goes back
Peoria,
to-
Illinois.
What was it from?
Peoria, Illinois.
There you go. So you guys seen that before I did. So, yeah.
There we go.
A beautiful location, by the way. It is a horse farm. We have a barn on a horse farm that was to raise horses for polo, and the guy that owned it ended up retiring, and he has these beautiful temperature controlled outbuildings. And so the guy that runs our warehouse facility, Nate Smith, has that. It is awesome land. It is so cool.
Nice.
We need to do more to expose that because it's a
Yeah.
building. Open up the barn doors and it overlooks just miles of green acreage, and the horses are out in the pasture. It's so cool.
Yeah, you need a video for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We've got one or two. We need more.
Yeah,
It's a 6.5 hour drive for me. Strategically located because we can get to both coasts as fast as we can from Peoria. And then we can reduce at least a day off of international shipping because we can access the Chicago hub.
Ooh.
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is pretty cool. All right. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and one last question, then we're done, I promise.
Yeah.
Is there any storefront coming in the future?
Yeah. I don't have any details. It is one of those things that I continually want to do. If there's anybody here that's in the town of Delaware, continue to shout our name and give us support. There are a few places in downtown Delaware that I would love to post up shop. It's expensive. There's a lot of undertaking with it. We have so many things happening right now with the introduction of new people on, the Peaky family and part of Team Peaky, that for me to open up a storefront today would be a huge undertaking and a distraction to some of the things that we need to accomplish in the near term. But it is something that I am constantly working towards and getting towards. With any luck, it'll be 2026, probably more likely 2027, because people are going to level set me as we go. There's a lot of work involved with it, but nothing would make me more proud and happier than to have a Peaky Hat sign hanging in downtown Delaware to support that awesome town.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll just do
Definitely
one
have to
more.
take a trip there if it happens.
Yeah, so that means that they do
Oh,
something
man,
every
we would
year.
love to
I
have you.
think I'd rather go do that than another place. But yeah, I mean, we'll do the yearly trip out there for every anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah, Harry Hall's coming to town and playing in the Memorial Tournament, which happens to be like 8 miles from
Oh,
my
nice.
home. Yeah, so
Cool.
there's a lot of things happening locally that's pretty exciting in this small area.
Very cool.
All right. Again, thank you guys for coming on. Thank
Yeah,
you all
thank
of you
you.
for
Yeah,
watching.
thank you.
Thank you.
And again, right now, if you go to Peaky Hat, you buy 2, get 1 free. And those Dudley solos are part of that. So get us shopping.
I appreciate each and every one of you. Keep doing your thing. Gosh darn, we are excited to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. All right,
Thanks
everybody
a
have a
lot,
wonderful
you
night.
guys. Take
Sounds
care.
good.
See you
Cheers.
guys.
Later.
Cheers.
See ya.
Welcome to the Gentleman's Roundtable. Pull up a chair.
You can watch us on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central.
Would you fancy some cheese and crackers?